Number one, which you might be surprised to know, is strawberry. Strawberry is not a berry at all, first of all. A strawberry is an example of an aggregate fruit where multiple carpels are found on the thalamus. The berry word here is not correct botanically. You can find the earlier videos where I have described the types of fruits. So far we have discussed simple fruits in detail. So as I said that fruits, whenever you think about fruits, it is a fertilized and ripened ovary which has seeds inside. So fruits are of three types, and you can remember them by this word SAM. S means simple, A means aggregate, and M means multiple or compound. We have finished so far simple fruit. Simple is of two types, fleshy and dry, and all those details, their types and all the examples and the simplest techniques of remembering all of them you can find in my previous videos on my channel. Now today's topic is about aggregate fruits. So now we are going to discuss about the second type of fruit, which is aggregate fruit. Aggregate fruit is a type of fruit which develops from one flower but with many pistils which are free from each other. So let us come to aggregate fruit. It develops from one flower. So one flower, one thalamus. So the thalamus, this is the flower, this is the pedicel, and this is the thalamus. What happens here? There are many ovaries. One ovary or one pistil, its stigma, style and pistil like this, and in a 3D view it will be like this. So more pistils like this. So aggregate fruit develops from one flower, one thalamus, because one flower will have only one thalamus. So one flower but many pistils or stigma style ovary, and they are free from each other, So these type of pistils which are free from each other, or these carpels which are free from each other, are called as apocarpous. Apo means free and carpus means carpels, so free carpels, and each of them are fertilized in the process of fruit development. So when they are fertilized, each one will change. So these are carpels, this is ovary. You can see these are a collection of free ovaries. Each ovary will develop into a small fruit unit which is called as fruitlet. It can be drupe, it can be a berry, or it can be achene, or different types. Now what happens? These fruitlets are called as a group of fruits, group of fruitlets, smaller units, group of fruitlets, because when they develop they are as an aggregation. That's why the word is aggregate. They are in a group. Now the name given for this is, you can also think before we discuss this, like when you write anything, when you write about some examples or something, you write like this and etc, etc. Etc means and others. There are so many things. So here also there are many. So they are also like this. So this from etc you will take this at. So this word which is given to them is Etaerio. Etaerio. Etaerio of fruitlet. Whatever fruitlet is there. If the fruitlets is type of drupe, it will be called as Etaerio of drupes. If it is Etaerio of achenes, it will be called as Etaerio of achenes or Etaerio of berries. So this is basically found in aggregate fruit. Let us see the examples of these aggregate fruit. So I will make here 3: Etaerio of drupes, Etaerio of achenes, and also Etaerio of berries. And as I said in our previous videos, we already have discussed what is drupe, what is achene, and what is a berry. Now I'll make the examples. I'll draw the diagrams here. So as I said, for your reference, many, so this is etc. From etc. you will take this Etaerio. So this is Etaerio. Okay. Examples for this. Number 1, which you might be surprised to know, is strawberry. Strawberry is not a berry at all, first of all. The strawberry is an example of an aggregate fruit where multiple carpels are found on the thalamus. The berry word here is not correct botanically. The berry is a type of fruit, as I said, you can find in my earlier videos. It's a type of fruit which is a fleshy fruit, and then the mesocarp is entirely fleshy, and the endocarp, which is the portion which has seed inside, endocarp is soft, is not hard. Endocarp is hard and stony in drupes. Strawberry is an aggregate fruit. Okay, let us see now the strawberry. So how it looks like. So as I said, this is the pedicel, this is the thalamus, and these are the ovaries on the thalamus, free ovaries, like this, multiple ovaries, free. Now what happens in the process of fruit development, this part which you are looking at, this one, this is a thalamus, and this one which you are looking at, this is an ovary or a pistil. Now in the process of fruit development in strawberry, the thalamus becomes juicy. So here what happens, the thalamus swells and changes into red color like this when the fruit ripes, and this red color is the thalamus, and you must have seen that on the surface of the thalamus there are some structures like this, these structures, dark colored structures. What are these? These are not the seeds. These structures which you see, these are achene, which is a fruit. So these structures which you see on the surface of the strawberry are the achenes. You know what is achene? Achene is a fruit, basically a dry fruit where the seed is present at the base. So this is now will be called as Etaerio of achenes. And what we eat in strawberry is this red color fleshy thalamus, this one which is eaten. This is thalamus which is juicy and which is eaten. Strawberry Fragaria chilensis is the scientific name, plant family Rosaceae. So the first example here is strawberry or the Etaerio of achenes. The second example is Etaerio of drupes. The second example will be Blackberry. Blackberry, again, blackberry is not a berry. The only true berries are tomato, grapes, blueberry. These are the berries. But this blackberry, again, this is a Etaerio of drupes. So let us see. This is one flower. This is the thalamus, like this, and you can see that like this. These are multiple ovaries, and after they are free, apocarpous, and after fertilization what will happen, that they will change into drupes. Each ovary, this one what you see here, this is an ovary. Each ovary after fertilization will change into a drupe. A drupe is a type of fruit where the endocarp is hard and stony, and inside endocarp there is a seed. The pericarp, the exocarp and mesocarp, exocarp is soft and mesocarp is fleshy, that is a drupe. As I said in my earlier videos, you can see all the classifications about simple plants or simple fruits. So after fertilization, what happens? Each one changes, and this makes an aggregation. That's why it is an aggregate fruit. This makes an aggregation of these fruitlets. So this one is your blackberry. Species name is rubus species. This is the blackberry. And number third is, so this is Etaerio of achenes, and this one is Etaerio of drupes. So we have seen Etaerio of drupes, we have seen Etaerio of achenes. Number third is, okay, so number third is custard apple, Annona squamosa. This is Etaerio, is called as Etaerio of berries. Etaerio of berries. So we have discussed here three types of Etaerio. Etaerio of, first Etaerio of achenes, strawberry. Second we discussed Etaerio of drupes, blackberry, and then Etaerio of berries, custard apple. So as you know that custard apple, Annona squamosa, this is the diagram of custard apple. Outside, as you know, it has the these are the aggregation of individual berries. These are the outside structure, and when it is open, it has inside it has the seeds inside, and the fleshy part, which is basically in the berries, the mesocarp. So this is the fleshy part, fleshy mesocarp, and these are the seeds. This is Etaerio of berries, Annona squamosa, custard apple. So this is how we basically discuss about the aggregate fruit. This is number 2. We already discussed that S means simple fruit. We discussed already. Second one, this was aggregate. We have discussed. The basic definition of aggregate is one flower but many ovaries or pistils which are free from each other. They are not combined. Apocarpous ovary, apocarpous. So apocarpous ovary or apocarpous flower, you can say. Apocarpous flower, because many carpels are there which are free from each other. Each one will change into a smaller unit, a fruitlet, and when they are changed into a fruitlet, they are together. As you can see here, they are together like this, aggregation, and this is basically an aggregate fruit. So I think now this is clear, all these types of aggregate fruit. So this is how we finish the aggregate fruit. In the next video, I will discuss about the multiple fruit or the compound fruit and the types of compound fruit and the examples and the method, the concepts and the method to remember the multiple or composite fruit. Thank you very much. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Stay healthy, stay safe.